The Mid-Valley Cheerleading Squad would like to thank their home game sponsors. Diamond sponsors, American Towing, Bulldog Firework, Cheap Shots Restaurant, G&D Lawn Care, Gahan Auto Store, Penwood Financial Group, Queen City Tavern, VFW Post 7251.
Like during
the
the day, I
Platinum
must put in like
sponsors, Angie's
50,000.
Pizza, Attorney.
Has what now? The wide shot? Okay, that works.
Hello. How are you? How does it sound okay? All right, thank you, sir. Yeah.
Sean said not for this one.
Else?
Hello, I'm John Udicek, President of Luzerne County Community College, title sponsor of the Friday Night Rivals football program. Fall Friday nights in northeastern Pennsylvania are about school pride, high school football, and celebrating our student scholar athletes. So sit back and enjoy the excitement. It's time for Luzerne County Community College's Friday Night Rivals.
This is Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Batfitter on MyTV WQMY.
There are also 2 quarter laps for use on the visitor.
Welcome inside Spartans Stadium. It's Friday Night Rivals, week number 3. It's a Lackawanna Football Conference crossover matchup, as Old Forge from Division 3 takes on Mid-Valley from Division 2. A pleasant good evening, everyone. I'm Bob Ide. Vince Goldschmidt on the sidelines tonight, and in the booth with me, calling this game, my partner, Jan Sechak, former Tunkhannock area coach. And Jan, it's kind of scary. We come into this game, these two teams looking for their first win of the year, but there's been a lot of things off the field, on the field that have happened for them not to get that first win.
Well, let's talk schedule to start out. Both these teams have run into buzzsaws, upstart teams that are really like Berwick showing their true colors and how well they're playing. And Coach Schuback, in all his years at Old Forge, this is an unusual phenomenon for him not to have a lot of kids playing. And talking with their defensive coordinator, they said they just don't have those really tough kids anymore. And they don't know what happened. They had such a good run of it, so that's where they're getting some growing pains.
Well, also, they lost 3 seniors now. They're having health problems. So tonight, they're going to have to get our figure law spotlight player going, and that's Chris Rasmus.
Chris Rasmus, 6 foot, 205-pound wide receiver, defensive back. You're going to see him playing a lot of offensive positions. Last week, he had 113 yards and 1 touchdown receiving. He only rushed for 16 yards. Overall, he's over 1,000 yards receiving and 8 touchdowns. I mean, he's going to be the arms and legs for the Blue Devils.
Well, you mentioned the Spartans. They ran into 2 tough teams, so they're feeling it tonight on their home field. They want to get a win, and hopefully they get a big night from our other figure law spotlight player, Mason Vanansky.
Mason Vanansky, he's 5'6", 170-pound running back, and he's been waiting for his time to shine behind record-set rusher here at Mid-Valley, Jacob Lesher, the last 2 years. Last week he rushed for 113 yards. Overall, he has 652 yards and 6 touchdowns in his career. He's just been waiting to go, but they've had a tough go of it with their offense and defense, which leads me to the keys to the game. For the Spartans, Coach Janoski wants to make sure that they're executing and that they are really, really doing their assignments properly. Now, for Coach Schuback, he wants to be able to run the ball consistently, and he's got to stay healthy.
Well, those keys to the game brought to you by Luzerne County Community College. As we mentioned, it is a beautiful night for high school football. Let's see if it will stay that way. Let's go inside now to the Fox 56 News meteorologist, Brian Schrader.
Hey everybody, I know it's early in the season, but we've had some very nice weather for our Friday night rivals games, and that is going to continue this evening. For the kickoff, partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies, 72 degrees. Sunset just before 7:30. By halftime, 69 degrees, 68 by the end of the game. Beautiful weather tonight, but for the weekend, we will be talking about some showers and thunderstorms. I'll have that coming up in your Fox 56 forecast.
2 teams still looking for that first win of the year. Will it be Old Forge or Mid-Valley? The kickoff is on the way. And we're back live at Spartans Stadium, the home opener for Mid-Valley tonight as they take on Old Forge. And Jan, did you know today's Father's Day?
In September?
But there's a lot happening between father and sons all over this field. And for more on that, let's go down to Vince on the field.
Thanks, Bob. If you watched last week's, it was a really big family affair. So if you like the family aspect from that week, you're going to love it this week. We have 3 father-son combinations to spotlight tonight. We'll start with Mid-Valley and head coach Stan Janowski. His son, the quarterback, Brett. So that's one of them. Let's go over to the other sideline. Old Forge, Mike Schuback, the head coach, and his son Shane, an assistant on this coaching staff. You think, there's two teams right there. Where's the third combination? You have to look no further than the referee crew. You have Mike Sarah and his 2 sons, Matthew and Kevin, on the sideline for tonight's game. Where else would you rather be with your family than under the bright lights on a Friday night? Guys?
A lot going on there, Jan.
Sure is.
Fathers, sons all over the place, and hopefully one of them will come out happy tonight. We know Mike Sarah will because he's the referee and he's got his sons with him just about every week. Old Forge won the toss. They deferred. They will kick it off with Josh Costello, Vanansky, and Pinto back to receive. The opening kick taken by one of the up men, and he brings it up to about the 35-yard line. That was number 17, Paxton Krebs, a freshman, who brought it up. So we will see senior Brett Janowski. There's his numbers for the season, 4 interceptions, and he'll tell you he should be playing better than he is right now, Jan.
Oh, absolutely, and he knows that he gets it 24/7 from Dad. Last year he had a really good year, though. He threw for over 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. It's been a slow start because they have such a young group out there.
So Vanansky up front, brings it up for about 3 yards, taken down, looks like, by Dan Churlo, the sophomore.
He brings the ball up to the 40-yard line where it'll be second down for the Spartans.
Right there, again, real quick on the replay. Thank you, guys. And I was a little slow on that. That was a nice job. They just did that inside zone just to get that first hit in the game, and they got a good 4 yards on that.
As you might expect, not really good numbers with being 0-2. They average about 114 yards per game, 58 on the ground, 114 through the air, and 172 total. So they want to increase that tonight. They have 3 straight home games that they think they can win. This is Janowski to the outside, up close to a Keystone Container first down, and I believe he's got it with a nice run, about 7.
It's a great job on the RPO, and the key to that was right there, the fake by the running back, and the quarterback pulled the ball, got the first down. Nice job by Janowski.
Old Forge, meanwhile, as you might expect, giving up huge chunks of yards, 314 total yards giving up in their 2 losses, 27 points per game. They have a lot of youngsters up front. They're going to have to try and keep this game down so they can score. Quick out to Reese Williams. Williams makes one move, makes another, cuts it to the outside into the secondary, and he's inside the 30-yard line to the 29.
And he's brought down by number 8, Monty Fosnot. All they just did a swing pass on there. Nice job with the juking out there and driving, getting those extra yards and doing a nice job. But again, Monty Fosnot did a nice job for Old Forge, the junior cornerback.
25-yard gain for the Spartans, and they're already knocking on the door inside the Blue Devil 30-yard line. Fourth play of this drive off to Vanansky. Vanansky off that left side, just give him 4, maybe 5 on the carry.
Now our spotlight player gets his first touch of the game right now. The second, and he did a nice job in there. The offensive line is a little bit bigger than Old Forge's D-line, almost by 30 pounds, so they should be able to establish that line of scrimmage.
Janowski looking right, out into the flat and in and out of the hands to Jake Bondi. So let's take a look at this offense from Mid-Valley. We talked about Janowski, Vanansky, and Pelinowski in the backfield. Wilson, Pinto, Williams are your receivers. And Up front, they're starting a freshman center, but other than that, they have a couple juniors and seniors up there to make the push.
And they're averaging 265.
Number 56. 10 yards from the previous spot. Repeat, second down.
That was the infraction was on number 56. The left guard, the junior, the big guy, Ralph Johnson, 300-pounder.
There you see our referees tonight out of the Lackawanna Football Conference. So the ball back at about the 35-yard line. Bringing up 2nd and 16. Yanowski going to roll. Has room to run if he wants. He tucks it in, has a couple blockers out in front. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, but nice job by the Blue Devils out there. And another nice tackle by Churla, the sophomore.
Yeah, Wozniak did a nice job with that stop. But again, I know Coach was talking about execution. They had literally 2 receivers running next to each other, and that's the stuff that he was talking about that they have to clean up.
So the senior Wozniak, 6 total tackles coming in, made that hard hit. So 3rd and long now facing the Spartans on their opening possession. Fake the inside, back out, and going down is Pinto to the ground. Old Forge will love that play. He caught it, so it's going to be a loss on the play to the 34, and 4th down on the way for Mid-Valley. Break for the Blue Devils.
As Pinto coming back on the motion, they run the RPO, and they just go with the swing pass. But again, he dropped back 5 yards. And again, that played right into what Old Forge wanted. There's Coach Baradelli, longtime defensive coordinator for the Blue Devils.
So the 7th play of the drive is an important one early on. It's 4th down. Yanowski, a lot of time. Going deep, has a receiver, but it's a little short. And it's broken up by the Blue Devils at the goal line.
By Monty Fosnot is getting credit for that breakup, and I saw Chris Rasmus, our outside linebacker, in there also. Nice job. Again, he kind of just chucked that ball up there, hoping. Yep.
Trying to Nick Rishnak, the freshman, but Fosnot is there. Makes a great defensive stand for the junior, and Old Forge holds on their opening possession. Here's their quarterback, Robbie Sofanelli. Again, 140 yards, 2 interceptions. Again, they feel he could be playing better.
And you talk to Coach Schubeck all the time, Bob. But again, anybody that talks to him, he'll say that they just don't have that spark. They don't have that kid that's going out there and getting everybody going. And they're hoping that Sofanelli can do that this evening.
Well, break right there. They're already down 7-0 at this point a week ago against Dunmore. Sofanelli back, big rush put on, and there's the Spartan defense.
That was the inside linebacker, Rich Lupko, 5'9", 210-pound junior, coming in on the blitz. Again, that's the one thing when you have a quarterback that hasn't a lot of confidence, you're going to blitz him, get in his face, and force bad things.
Well, you have 3 sophomores up on the line of scrimmage, and we'll take a look at the offense shortly. But the big difference tonight is going to be the youth of the offensive line, Coach. And there you saw right there, it broke down, and just like last week, Sofanelli was in a lot of pressure.
Well, they're playing a 4-man front, and they brought both linebackers, so now it's 6 against 5. And with the inexperience, they don't know how to pass off and pick up pressure.
Sofanelli again, back and again, a big rush put on. And that's big number Dylan Maseko, the 300-pounder, takes down Sofanelli. Kind of surprised Coach Schubeck keeps going to the air.
I think he's trying to establish, I know he wants to establish the run game, but if they come out passing, that's one way to do it. But if your offensive line cannot give him time to throw the ball, it's not a good recipe.
Last week against Dunmore, they had negative yardage in rushes, and right now they're at negative yardage on 2 plays. Yeah. So a 3rd and calling it 20. Sofanelli stays in the shotgun. Let's see if they go easy on him, like a little quick draw. They give a little thing to Rasmus. We have a flag coming in. Rasmus still on his feet. Rasmus to the outside and gets close to it. Gets about the 40-yard line, so it's a nice game. But this one may be coming back after the 22-yard scamper by senior Chris Rasmus.
That was a tremendous effort on Rasmus's part as we wait for the call from Mr. Sarah.
5 men in the backfield. Offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Third down.
And I think that's going to be a thing we're going to keep saying tonight. The youth is you're going to see a lot of mistakes tonight by the youth. That we have 3 seniors out, 3 very good seniors who are hurt, and we have a lot of youth there playing now, inexperienced for Old Forge.
Well, again, when you have 5 guys in the backfield, that's just a miscommunication with the flanker, who's a sophomore. Your tight end's a sophomore. Rasmus is a senior. Your halfback's a sophomore. Running back's a freshman. Your other wide receiver's a sophomore. There's a lot of youth, Bob, as you're saying, to reiterate it. Now, Coach Janoski, his defense coordinator now, doesn't have to worry about blitzing because I think they're getting so much pressure just with their 4 men. They can just drop back now, and they are. They're playing a straight backside like a prevent defense.
So a little draw play inside to the freshman Gonzalez going nowhere. Defense is right there, and Old Forge will be forced to punt looking almost from their own end zone. So negative yardage for Old Forge on their first possession after their defense held Mid-Valley scoreless.
Well, now it's time for Coach Schubeck and his special teams to start playing some field position. Let's get a great punt off, and that all starts with your center in there. Get a great snap back there. Let's try to flip this field advantage.
Gostola, 29 yards on punts so far. That's what he averages. Pinto back to receive in Old Forge territory. It is a good kick, but returnable. And he fair catches at the 45. Thought maybe he had a lot of room to run, but Mid-Valley comes back out. So let's take a look at the Old Forge defense while they're changing sides. As I said, giving up 27 points per game. Churlo, Marsico, Price, and McNichols up front. Dominic, Wozniak, Onik, and Rasmus are your linebackers. Foshnod, who already has a great play, Pasuti, and Vale, that's your secondary.
So you have 2 seniors playing inside linebacker and outside linebacker. Everyone else is a underclassman.
So Spartans now on the Old Forge side from the 45. Inside to Vanaski, some hard running. Rasmus pulls him down, but 8 yards on that for the senior.
Vanaski does a nice job. You see right there, they're just running that power. They bring the slot back in as the pulling guard, basically, to get that extra man on there. They fold that block up inside. They did a nice job reading that.
So Stan Janowski in his 6th season with Mid-Valley gets the play in, and his staff taking time off the clock. 2nd down and short. Vanaski, second guy through, has a big hole. Bounces to the outside. Vanaski in for a Reaper's Revenge touchdown. 37 yards, and Mid-Valley takes the early lead. Well, took an extra possession, but once Vanaski got going, he had a nice hole.
Inside zone right there. Nice job by that offensive line. They reestablished 4 yards down the field. Great job. And Vanaski just showed his speed there. I didn't realize how fast he was.
Kreb for the PAT. Good snap, good hold, little low kick. It is up and through. 5:04 left in the first. Spartans lead Blue Devils 7-0.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Bathfitter on MyTV WQMY.
7-0 your score. 5:04 left in the first. 2 plays, 45 yards for Mid-Valley, and they have the lead 7-0 here at Spartans Stadium on a beautiful night for high school football in northeastern Pennsylvania. So Krebs has it teed up. Aversa and Castaldi back to receive for Old Forge. So the Blue Devils now with a second chance, and we'll see what Coach Schuback has to offer on the offense on this side when he gets the ball. I think we can agree we like to see Rasmus get it a little bit more. So Castaldi from about the 11 has a nice hole. Castaldi right up, not afraid to take it through, and he's back up to the 35-yard line. Good field position for the Blue Devils.
But that was a nice hard hit by number 14. That's Aiden Aversa. He's a sophomore coming in saying, Coach, look, put me in, Coach. I can play. No matter your goals, the LCCC Scranton Center is here for you. From high school dual enrollment to associate degrees and transfer programs, our staff will guide you every step of the way. Conveniently located in the marketplace at Steamtown. Begin today at luzerne.edu.
So they do hand it off to the freshman, Gonzalez, who is 13 yards coming in, but loses 2 on that. So offense tonight minus yardage. So now we got a late flag against, looks like the Blue Devils might be unsportsmanlike there. You see the umpire pointing at an Old Forge player, came after the fact. And this is going to really back
after the play was over. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 55, offense. 15 yards from the dead ball spot. That's also 55's first toward disqualification.
So Dan Churla, a 5'9 sophomore, said something to somebody else, and the referee was right there.
Well, there was some chirping going on in the previous series right before that, and they can't do that. When you're young, they're going to be really restless and making those mental mistakes, but that just cost them a ton. I mean, coming out, Bob, what do you have in your second 25 playbook? You don't, especially with a young group.
You already lost play on that on the last drive, and now you back up 15 more yards, and again, you're in the hole, 2nd and 26, so you're back up to the 20 with an offense that really has not gotten things going all season long. So Sofanelli again fakes it to Gonzalez, rolls out, being chased. Has Aversa over the flat. He's wide open, and Aversa is up for positive yardage up near the 29-yard line. So let's take a look at this offense from Old Forge, who's averaging just 7 points per game. So Vanelli, Dominic, and Gonzalez started in the backfield. Rasmus, Aversa, and Pasuti are your wide receivers. And up front, these guys are going to be tested tonight. Price, McNichols, Marsico, Churla, and Wozniak.
That's a total of 3 seniors on the entire offense out there playing for the Blue Devils. And that's a tall order for any team to be able to do that.
So 9 yards on that, but still, as you see, third in a long time, 17 yards on third down for Old Forge, already trailing 7-0. Sofanelli back. Here comes the rush. He has to pull it in. He does. Gets it to the outside and is taken down from behind. Great tackle in there by Jake Bondi, the senior.
Trying to drop back again, and the running back came and picked it up, but the pressure, the left tackle just opened the door and let the gates open, and that's where that came in. Quarterback was down by contact. You saw the official making that same motion, saying it was not a fumble.
So let's talk about that a little bit. Let's expand on that. You know your offensive line is young. They're letting pressure in. So what kind of plays are going to work for you?
Well, with that, I mean, what I'm seeing from Mid-Valley right now is they came out first years and they were putting 5 and 6 guys, and we got too many men on the field of Old Forge.
Timeout, Old Forge. Timeout before the flag.
So no flag, 3:42 left. Old Forge forced to burn a timeout, but Mid-Valley thinking they're going to get good field position. Go ahead.
Well, and to your point, Bob, what do you do? Well, you have such young kids in there. The playbook's going to be very minimal. They've got to find something that they can do well. And we've seen in 2 games, the growing pains are too much. So What would I run in this situation? I'd probably go double tight end, double wing, and just try to run some power football in there, some dives, quarterback keeps, just in essence, just to try to run the clock down, because there's nothing there for them to work with. I mean, he's got some great receivers, and he's got some talented kids, but they're so young. And Mid-Valley, they've got some experience and size.
Yeah, absolutely. They do have size and experience. That's why they're not happy with their 0-2 start coming in. But they've lost to Berwick and Pittston area, who are both undefeated so far this season. So finally they get some home games. Maybe they can put something together. They have Honesdale coming in, but then they have Lackawanna Trail. So they're going to be right in the mix in that 3A here in District 2. So after the timeout, still 4th down, Costola comes back out to punch once again. Pinto, it looks like maybe Krebs back there to receive. Good snap. Costola, nice low kick. Comes up, and it's Harishnak, the freshman, who takes it, and it's taken down immediately right at the 40-yard line. Fush not on the tackle, so here comes the Spartans up 7-0.
Stay tuned to later in tonight's game, as we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing.
So Brett Yanowski leads his team back out of the field 7-0. Let's see if they get it back to Vinansky, who we mentioned could have a big night tonight against this Old Forge defense. He already has a nice run and a touchdown. And Vinansky back to the outside, up near midfield, into Blue Devil territory. Give him 9.
Well, he had a 37-yard scamper for a touchdown last series, and he starts this one out with 9 yards.
There is Stan Yanowski, 6th season here. He's 27 and 26 overall. Oh, we have a flag down. And there's Coach Yanowski.
And it was a face mask.
And we're going to add on now some yardage to Mid-Valley. So Old Forge.
Defense, number 42. 15 yards from the end of the run, results in a first down.
That's going to move the...
Well,
so bad to worse for Old Forge. A couple big penalties have cost them on both sides of the ball. After, they held the Spartans on their opening series.
The defense did a nice job on that first series to keep them out of the end zone. But again, it's just going to be a matter of time, and they're wearing them down right now with that big offensive line.
Yanowski back, has plenty of time, and a receiver over the middle, pulled in by Nick Pinto, the 5'6" senior, over the middle, and they're inside the 10, 1st and goal for Mid-Valley.
That was a great job by Pinto with the concentration. And again, I want everybody to notice that Yanowski is a left-handed thrower. So that ball comes out a little bit different than what we're used to in terms of being right-handed. So, again, the spin's a little bit different. His release point's a little bit different. But, again, what a great strike in there by Yanowski to Pinto.
28-yard gain inside the Santarelli Air Oil red zone, and wide up, open, Pinto. Old Forge with a big breakdown on defense, and it's a Reaper's Revenge touchdown for the Spartans. So another mistake by Old Forge. And they're starting to pile up and cost this Blue Devil team points now. And obviously no one got out there.
I mean, that was just like, that's what you always hope. Hey, they don't see me out here, And they didn't adjust to it. And good for the Spartans.
So Krebs with the PAT, and Mid-Valley extends their lead now 14-0 in the first quarter. 3:08 to play, and 2 possessions back-to-back, and they scored 14 points after scoring nothing on their opening possession. Here is the schedule that we talked about. It kind of opens up a little bit. Trails in there. Then they have West Scranton, winnable game. Dunmore. They get Prep here. Western Wayne here, and Ed at Lakeland. So some winnable games in there for Mid-Valley as they set their sights on the playoffs once again after having an outstanding season a year ago where they went 8-4 overall.
And that 8-4 season, those kids played Pee Wee football all the way through to graduation. So there was a lot of experience there. And again, next week they have Honesdale. Coach Hawanitz, longtime Valley View coach, is up at Honesdale, doing a nice job. Trail's been on a tear. And West Scranton, Jake Minetti's doing a nice job he's got more kids and a lot of the community to support now. Dunmore's having a great year. Prep, it's growing pains. Another team that's got growing pains is Curry. And at Lakeland, Coach Pawarchik is on the upswing again. He's back to where he was a few years ago.
So let's get some scorers courtesy of NEPAfootball.com, brought to you by Luzerne County Community College. Berwick leading Lackawanna Trail 7-6 in the second quarter. Valley View and Wilkes-Barre tied at 7. Dallas and Abington moved to tomorrow at 3:30. Tunkhannock, Crestwood up 6-0.
North Pocono 28, Wyoming Valley West 0.
Pittston and Nanticoke 0-0. Weston Hazleton 0-0 as well. Which one did I miss? Pittston's leading. Pittston's leading Nanticoke 13-0.
And Riverside 7, Lakeland 0.
Krebs has it again, teed up, little line drive, taken down. And Castaldi had to just fall on it, and that's where Old Forge will have it at the 22 to begin this possession. Here now the Mid-Valley defense coming in, giving up 44 points per game in those first two games. There you saw the front line. There are the linebackers and the secondary, very experienced as well. Two seniors and a junior in there with Nick Pinto and Aiden Tinney. So, Blue Devils back out. Let's see what Coach Schuback has up his sleeve, trying to get any kind of offense going at the 22-yard line. Let's see if they try to get Rasmus a couple more carries. He's number 4. Nope. Nowhere to go.
That was Adam Pezanowski, the junior linebacker on the inside blitz there. He read that right from the get-start. You see him coming right in. He just did an X-fire, what we call it, because he's playing outside linebacker, shot into the B-gap.
So another negative play for Gonzalez and the freshman, and that offensive line is under duress, to say the least, tonight.
And the thing is, Coach Schuback's been an experienced coach over 20-plus years. He's not going to be yelling and screaming at those kids. He's going to have to just talk them up, keep them positive, keep them going.
And so Finelli just takes the snap, and before you can even say Old Forge, Mid-Valley is right there for another sack.
Oh, it's Reese Williams, the defensive end, the 6'3", 200-pound senior, just came right off the edge. Again, the left tackle, Liam Price, is 5'11", 310-pound sophomore. Doesn't have the quickest feet, so speed wins. You see Coach Schuback there again. He's not upset. He's been through this before. Not that any coach likes this kind of stuff, but, hey, it's part of the game. And what do we always say? Trust the process. It's a grind.
It is a grind. It doesn't help when you have some kids ill and health, and Gonzalez on the draw, nowhere to go. Another negative play, 4th down on the way. Good tackle in there by Reese Williams, the senior.
And you see just the pressure coming in right there. Boy, number 9 did a beautiful job. Again, Reese Williams again, coming from his defensive end spot. They're just doing a nice job in there, just beating the offensive line. They're replacing their heels. That's what we always stress as defensive line coach. Replace the offensive line's heels. They're doing that and then some.
Well, the frustration that was building up for the first 2 weeks for Mid-Valley, they're taking it out on this Old Forge team here tonight at their home opener. This is Harishnak, the freshman, has room on the right side. Makes a move inside to the 15-yard line. That's where Mid-Valley will have it to extend their 14-0 lead. The freshman doing his job with a nice return.
Nice job with the wall right return, as we would say Coach Yanoski would call, because it was coming towards their sideline. They did a nice job. You see all these blue jerseys. They'll drop back, turn around. You'll see them. They were starting to sprint back to their spots. Gets the ball all the way on the left side, cuts back. You just see all the key blocks by the blue jerseys there. Looking for guys in white.
So Brent Yanowski, still the quarterback underneath center. A little fake handoff, brings it inside, screen to Pinto, weaving and bobbing and bouncing outside, and it's another Reaper's Revenge touchdown for Mid-Valley. That's 3 possessions in a row and 3 touchdowns for the Spartans.
Just go with that fake on the ISO, and he just blooped it out there, and Pinto does a nice job wheeling and dealing and getting into the end zone for his second touchdown of the evening.
So Pinto, his first touchdown of the night. Second touchdown of the night. 2 in a row, like I said.
And he also holds the ball, too.
And Krebs' kick is up and in good, and it now 21-0. Mid-Valley, 39 seconds left in the first.
Here we go. You saw that the ISO, the fullback and halfback came right in our screen, and he just blooped it out there again on the slip screen to Pinto, and he just bobbed and weaved and dodged his way into the end zone.
Bobbing and weaving. So what is Coach showing them there?
He's probably going over right now, kickoff return. Make sure these are the guys. They may be substitute, maybe someday to get out. And again, they don't have a lot of kids over there, but that next man up mentality, it's really puts those kids under duress. So you just want to show them, make sure, here it is, make sure you line up here. This is where you want to go.
I asked Coach Schuback how many healthy guys off the bus. 23. So that's not a lot. So far, so good, health-wise anyway. But they just have not gotten anything going on offense. They have negative yardage, and we'll let you know what that is. But it seems like every play, Mid-Valley's right there on defense. Give them a lot of credit.
Bob, what happens when you have only 20 to 23 kids, you have to change your entire practice because you can't do the things that you would normally do with 40 to 70 kids. You can only do half-line offensive scrimmage at that point because you want to have your center, guard, tackle, tight end working against that side of the defense because you don't have enough to go through it. Inside run gets kind of the same way. You can only do so much in there. 7-on-7. They could do that.
Yeah, but that doesn't help. As Coach Schuback said, there's only so much you can do in 7-on-7. Krebs, low kick. Oh, takes a big bounce. Pass of Versa, and Versa picks it up. Trying to find some room, anything, but a lot of blue jerseys there. Old Forge will have it at their own 10-yard line. .31 seconds left.
Here's the kickoff again, coming right down. They just squib kick it, and that's a tough one for Versa to get to. It gets by him, picks it up at the 8, and he's going 30 yards to his right for a net gain of 1 yard.
Sofinelli brings the play in late. Well, a lot of time on the play clock now, but he's in the shotgun. Gonzalez next to him. Rasmus, we only called his name once so far. Gonzalez up quickly, big hit over there. They didn't get a number yet, but blue jersey definitely in there.
They go with the outside zone, and that is...
Textbook tackle. That might be Pinto.
It is.
That was Pinto. Textbook tackle from Pinto. No gain on the play. So quarter number 1 is in the books. Mid-Valley trying to get their first win of the year. Now they're opening home game. It's 21-0 Spartans.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Bathfitter on MyTV WQMY.
Yes, Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals. Mid-Valley holds the lead 21-0. And alongside me, I have Noah Marbert. But around this school, they know him as Mr. Spartan. Now, Noah, you have this great distinguishment, but I want to ask, how did you get in this position in the first place?
I got in this position by really working hard. I started off really late in the 8th grade, but I moved up, obviously, now till senior year. As the first ever Mr. Spartan. It took a really lot of courage, a lot of responsibility, a lot of honor, and a lot of Spartan pride. Although performance is really great, grade and schoolwork really matters.
Now, how does it feel to be the first ever Mr. Spartan?
It feels really exciting. I feel like this never really happened in Mid-Valley history. So I'm happy to be the first. Happy to take on the responsibilities and the honor.
Noah, congratulations. Guys?
Congratulations, Noah.
Nice job, Noah.
Saw a little bit of his performance in pregame. One happy kid about that, and congratulations to him. A lot of hard work, and what he does, you and I could never do.
Oh, absolutely.
He was throwing
not.
knives and stuff in the air.
I have no depth
Nothing.
perception.
No.
Anyway, so,
Even when we were
give
younger,
him a lot of
we
credit.
can't do that.
That was a great run by Dante Gonzalez for a positive yardage and a first down for the Blue Devils.
Oh, first Keystone Container first down on the first play of the second quarter. Give him 10 yards, so Old Forge may have found something. Let's see if they go right back to that. So Gonzalez comes out split with Sofanelli again. Gonzalez is there, and so are the Spartans. So positive one play, negative the next, give them -3 back to the 20.
Well, the two big guys inside just collapsed. They went with the inside zone again. They just did a nice job. The two defensive tackles in there, Gardenhire and Maseko doing a nice job. Defensive ends pinching in tight. Cole Bryant, 6 foot, 210-pound senior, and Reese Williams on the other side, 6'3", 200-pound senior. They're just taking control of that line of scrimmage.
So we got some replacements coming in, some backups starting to play. So we'll try to get those names and numbers. That's for the Spartans. So Gonzalez goes wide, out quickly, get it inside, and dropped by Aversa. So Aversa trying to run before he caught the ball, and it's 3rd and long for Old Forge.
Well, they just right there. They were just, hey, you know what? They liked that slip screen. They saw that Pinto scored on. Let's try it, and he just came in. Again, that's the toughest thing because you got to catch that dang ball before you take off.
So they got one first down. Let's see if Old Forge can pick up another on 3rd and 13. And Sofanelli on the bad snap. Slides down inside the 15, and the punt team will come back out for Old Forge. So sophomore Marcico having a tough time. even in practice sometimes, if they're down to their third center this year for the Blue Devils. Not to make excuses, but again, a lot of guys in places that they really didn't start the season with. Costello on to punt again, Mid-Valley inside Blue Devil territory to get this one. It's still a good punt. And fielded right at the 41 by Pinto. And he fair catches it, but it's good field position for Mid-Valley, already up 21-0.
So I think Coach Yanoski's probably going to let his his starters go. Definitely the rest of this quarter. And then probably, I would say, one series going into the third quarter, depending what the score is at that point. And that way he's able to build his younger kids with experience as opposed to how Coach Schuback has to throw them to the fire right from the get start.
So things looking good for Mid-Valley to get their third win in a row over Old Forge. Vanatsky, big hole, right side, cuts it back over the other side. One man to beat. And up to the 20. So 21-yard gain for Vanatsky.
Nice job, Mason. Keep that going. Feed him the rock. That's what he's probably telling his coach right now in quarterback. Nice job. Outside just a power play. You saw number 56, Ralph Johnson, the 300-pound junior, pulling for him. Great vision in here. Good spin. Fighting for every yard that he can get to keep that positive yardage going.
Pashnot with the tackle, but inside the Santarelli Oil red zone one more time. Other Spartans, good handoff to Pesanowski. Pesanowski through the middle. A saving touchdown tackle by Pasuti. And it's first and goal, Mid-Valley, around the 7-yard line.
Well, that right there is a Delaware wing tee, what they call the Sally play, where you're pulling the backside tackle, backside guard. The slot back gets the ball. You'll see it right there. You see 78 and 56 just coming down, moving people. Nice job.
Devin Hill with the lead block. Yanoski, quarterback keep, big hole. Jim's up, it closes, but he's inside the 5 to the 4. So kind of a wildcat with Vanansky in there one more time. Take this one on the power look off to the right side. Has a lot of lead blockers, but right there is a Blue Devil. And is Joey Dominic saying hello to Mr. Vanansky, the sophomore, with a big tackle, third down and goal.
Well, they tried something different with that wildcat look. They have, obviously it's unbalanced in the backfield. They have everybody to the right, and they missed them. I don't know how they did it, but good job by Joey Dominic, the sophomore outside linebacker.
So Yanowski comes back in, number 5, the quarterback. And they're going to go back to the traditional look of a split back with Yanowski. They give it, nope, they fake it. Yanowski going to roll, look into the end zone, and almost intercepted. Hit the ground, but Rasmus was right there to break it up, and the senior with a nice job, and brings up 4th and goal now for the Spartans.
Great job with the fake. Again, he's throwing off his off foot. Again, being a left-handed quarterback, it looks really different for everybody. But Rasmus does a nice job out there denying that touchdown.
The offense will stay on for the Spartans on this 4th down play. 4 yards to go to extend their lead. Vanansky, but Dominic is right there again. And Joey Dominic, the sophomore, with 2 huge plays inside the 5 for the Blue Devils, and they will take over on downs.
That's the stuff that Coach Schuback right now and Coach Baradelli are going to be really singing their praises about the defense, how they stopped them. You know, that's what they need in terms of confidence builder, being young guys. And Joey Dominic, 2 key tackles.
What a big defensive stand for Old Forge, down 21-0. And there you see guys, hands on the hip when you have 23 players. Everyone's playing both ways, Coach. And that's not easy.
That's tough. I mean, And, you know, those Coach Schuback and Coach Baradelli and the rest of the staff, they're conditioning their kids, trying to keep them healthy, keep them in shape, because they know it's going to be a long, tough season.
So they'll place it at the 5, and Mid-Valley bringing Cole Bryant in, a senior for defensive end. And so Finelli, now this is where it's going to get tricky, is feet are right on the goal line, and the way they've been going backwards. Pitch to Rasmus, and he's got a wide-open receiver. Halfback pass. It's complete to Pasuti. Pasuti rolling around, spinning around, and it's a huge gain. 40 yards up to the 45-yard line. Rasmus to Pasuti for the Blue Devils.
5'10", 155-pound sophomore, folks. Boy, he got behind, and you see him giving some love to Rasmus right there. They just go with that halfback pass. This is stuff they're going to have to do, where Mid-Valley's going to have to really execute. And nice job. Look at this. She's just out there trying to make things happen. Good ball security. And now they went from the 5-yard line. Now they're up at the 45-yard line.
Suti's first catch of the season. It's a big one. So here comes the blitz to throw an 8-man front. So Finelli actually has time. He's out into the flat to Versa, and he takes a late hit. No flag down, though. And so Finelli bounces back up.
Great job by Mid-Valley secondary back there. They took away every receiver, and they still had the free safety reading the quarterback's eye, spying him to get him where he needed to be.
Well, that's one way to use Chris Rasmus, huh? Don't throw him the ball. Let him throw the ball.
Well, I did say that our spotlight player, he's going to be everywhere.
He really is everywhere.
And again, so Finelli had a little bit of time to throw the ball that time. The offensive line did a nice job picking up that 6-man pressure.
So 4 wideouts now. Out to Aversa on the screen and just through his hands. That's 2 missed opportunities from number 14, and 3rd and long now for the Blue Devils.
Boy, I'm not going to say anything. It reminded me a lot of C.D. Lamb last night. That's wow.
That's really tough. But let's go back to on the field here and not talk about the last night.
No. I'm saying in terms of he's had 2 balls right in his face that he can't snag. Again, and coach is not going to get on about it because they've got to build these young kids up.
Right tackle moving a little bit early each play. It's not been called. Out to Rasmus. He's got room, and Rasmus dives forward, and he's going to get a Keystone Container first down inside the 45-yard line. So Old Forge inside Mid-Valley territory for the first time tonight.
Listen, nice job. Again, nice ball. Rasmus gets it in there. Good ball security. Gets the ball to the outside arm and smartly runs it out of bounds without having to take a huge hit.
So Sofinelli getting a workout. He has to go all the way over, get the play from Coach Schuback, and runs it back in. That is old school.
Talk about getting in shape, right?
Yep.
Bob, I mean, whoo.
So 5 on the clock. They're going to just get it off. Sofinelli back out, and it's another type screen to number 5. That is Castaldi, and Castaldi moves forward. He's going to be short of the line of the game by 1. 9 on the play, up to the 35-yard line.
That was a great play by design, but watch Dante Gonzalez in here, the freshman. See how he peels up inside? He took a heck of a hit. That was, again, they were teeing up on the receiver, and he did a nice job taking that hit.
Mid-Valley calls timeout. Old Forge on the move, trying to get some points on the board here at Spartan Stadium. We'll be right back.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Bathfitter on MyTV WQMY.
We are back 21-0 to score. Old Forge trying to go for it on second down. They couldn't make it. They third down and 1 now facing the Blue Devils. But as they do that, let's go down to Vince for tonight's Dr. Todd Smile Cam.
Thanks, Bob. I'm here with Gia Novobilski and Morgan Schuda of the Mid-Valley Cheer Squad. Gia, I will start with you. What is your favorite part about being a part of this team?
My favorite part about being on this team is definitely the connections that I make with all of the girls. All of them become my best friends super fast.
And Morgan, what do you love about Friday nights?
I gotta say pretty much the same thing. I love being on the sidelines, cheering for the fans. Definitely, it's just a lot of fun.
Well, it's time for tonight's Dr. Todd Smile Cam. Girls, take it away.
Another Old Forge first down.
Well, they're happy to be home, happy their team is leading 21-0.
Lot to
Not
smile
happy
about.
that their team just gave up another Keystone container first down, but Old Forge at their Mid-Valley 30-yard line. This drive started, remember, at their own 5. Gonzalez can't get the corner. Defense is there. Well, nice stop by Reese Williams, the senior.
Boy, Reese Williams did a nice job taking the block on. Again, you tell defensive ends, you always keep your outside arm and your outside leg free. Did a nice job fighting that pressure.
So a nice play by Williams, read that, and Gonzalez is having a tough time getting things going when they get to the outside. So second and long now after the 6-yard loss. So Finelli, a little bit of time trying to set up a screen, lost the ball. He fumbled it, trying to pass it, still loose. And a lot of blue jerseys, still loose, you can see. And the Spartans have recovered. It was like a hot potato on the grill, and no one could pull it in except Adam Pezanowski, the junior.
The pocket collapsed. He didn't step up. He stepped back. And the ball was up. He had the ball up ready to throw, and he just got knocked down. Ball came out. Fight. And number 14, Pezanowski, comes up with that.
So recovered at their own 48-yard line on the fumble from Sofinelli. First turnover of the game goes to the Spartans. So the offense back on, leading 21-0. Fake inside. Yanowski going to go deep, and it is almost picked off. It was tipped by Pizzuti, the sophomore. Boy, he timed his jump pretty well, Jan.
He did a great job. Bobby Pizzetti, from his safety position, read the quarterback's eyes and just, boy.
Oh, no, I don't even think he got
I thought he tipped it.
I thought he did. He did not. It went over.
But I bet you, by him jumping up, I bet you his hand just for that microsecond got in the receiver's eye and he couldn't concentrate.
The junior Aiden Wilson was the intended receiver. So they go back on the ground to Vanansky, and Blue Devils are right there. Nice job on the inside by Churla again. And also Dante Marsico, so 2 sophomores.
And I have a feeling right now, I bet you at halftime, Coach Yanowski is going to lay into his team saying, you're up 21-0. That's not enough, especially with a young team, because they're growing pains and they started doing things properly on offense, gaining yardage, and now their defense is starting to step up.
So the play coming from the sideline, it's very slow. I think they're going to get a timeout on the field from Coach Yanowski.
He's taking as much time off as he can. Yep.
He can, and they do call timeout. 21-0 the score. So, coming up in the Manuka Subaru halftime report, we'll check in, see what's going on around the area with the Fox 56 News first at 10. We'll have our showcase from Luzerne County Community College, check presentation, stats and highlights with yours truly and Mr. Seachak, and then we'll have national highlights from Friday Night Rivals and Thursday Night Lights right here coming up in the Manuka Subaru halftime report. Some scores, Jan, from around the area from NEPAfootball.com.
From Wilkes-Barre is losing by 1 point to Valley View 14-13. Pittston 33-0. Wyoming area 28-0 over Western Wayne. Trail is trailing Berwick 14-6. Lakeland Chiefs and Riverside 7-7. Crestwood 19, Tunkhannock 0. Dunmore 37-0 over Susquehanna. Wallenpaupack 7, Honesdale 0. Hazleton looking for their first win. They're winning right now 12-0 over West Scranton. Lake Lehman rebounding 39-0 over Northwest.
There are some scores from around the area. We'll see few of those teams coming up in our own schedule, including Trail and Berwick coming up throughout the year. We'll have Lackawanna Trail at Carbondale, and Berwick will host Selinsgrove from District 4 later on in our season. Flag down on a 3rd and long on the Spartans. Mike Serra going to make the call.
Snap, false start, offense, number 56. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Coach Janoski was not happy when he called that timeout. He was starting to chew into some of his players because they're not performing. As he said, they have to start executing.
Well, they did lose some great players to graduation, but not on the offensive line. Janoski under pressure, rolling, looking downfield, has his eyes down, and it's incomplete. Great play by Foshnot. He read that the whole way and almost picked it off.
Well, Monty Fosnot is really coming into his own tonight. Just his first half, he's been in key breakups there. Nice job by Rasmus to step up, take away that inside flat. Good job. That's a great job, great technique.
Trying to hit the senior, Reese Williams, who came in with 4 catches on the year. And now it's 4th and long, and the punt team is on for Mid-Valley tonight, which I believe is the first time for the Spartans. So the defense holds for Old Forge after their long drive. Giving them a lot of credit. Bondi is the punter. Good snap. High kick. It's going to be short, though. And it's going to go out of bounds. So let's see where the referee marks it. And they're going to mark it all the way back at about the 43-yard line. So about a 10-yard punt going officially. So good field position for the Blue Devils.
Tomorrow is another all-day college football Saturday on Fox. Game 1 kickoff is at noon with the Iowa Hawkeyes at Iowa State. Then Delaware battles Colorado. Get your fill of college football all day tomorrow, only on Fox 56.
So college football there. We were at college football last night. That suspended Mayor's Cup game will be made up tomorrow at noon in Edwardsville. Inside the handoff to Gonzalez. Nowhere to go. He's got to make a move and go because there's no time to go. And a big play from Gardenhire, the junior, in the middle, and a loss of 2 again.
Bob, you said right, you hit it on the head. His youth, his inexperience, he's waiting for something to open up, and he can't afford to do that. He's got to attack it. And I get it. The Mid-Valley defensive line is reestablishing it 1 yard deep into his face, but that's where he's got to commit and he's got to go.
Again, I'll reiterate, they got to get the ball in the number 4's hands, and they're just not doing that. Trying to hand the ball off on an RPO and nowhere to go, but except Dylan Maseko greeted both of them in the backfield, and another loss on the play. Timeout Spartans trying to get the ball back under 2 minutes. 3rd and long now again for Old Forge.
Maseko, he might have been part of that triple option that they were going to go into. Wow, I mean, he just blew right by the right guard into the quarterback's and the halfback's face.
So there's Coach Mike Schuback, one of the longest tenured coaches in the Lackawanna Football Conference, 24th season, 192-79 overall. Of course, he played at Old Forge in the 80s. And he has a son on the staff now, and he has a grandson up with his son. So, it continues for the Schuback family in Old Forge.
It really does. I mean, when you think Old Forge football, you think of the Schubacks. And Mike has done a tremendous job. And, if there's any criticisms out there, that it should be just false news then. Because he's established a winning program there for over 2 decades. So, yeah, there's going to be an occasional blip on the map, and these kids are not quitting on them. They keep trying, and they're getting coached up. And my hat's off to them because I felt that because unfortunately, I've been down that road.
Yes, you have. And if you don't have the players of the Jimmies and the Joes, it doesn't matter how good of a coach you are. So he does what they can, especially when injuries hit. No one wants to be 0-2 in the way they're playing right now. But unfortunately, that's reality. And now they're going to bring it in on 3rd and long and see what they have. They already threw a halfback pass. Let's see what they have. Sofanelli's just been under pressure. Four-man rush. Has a little bit of time. Outside rush comes in. Sofanelli on his feet. Has to bring it in. Can't break that tackle up near the original line of scrimmage. So the punt team again on for the Blue Devils. Now let's see if they can at least pin the Spartans deep in their own side of the field.
Well, they've had 2 defensive stops. The Blue Devils have. So they really need to keep this one now. They would love this to pin them in deep and then let Mid-Valley burn the last 2 timeouts trying to get something going, but they've got to hang tough.
Harishnak and Pinto back to receive the kick by Costola. And Old Forge forced to call a timeout as they didn't have enough men on the field at the beginning. So, again, I think they're just getting tired. You can see guys just kind of walking around. And, again, that's where the mental part of this game is really tough on a team. 0-2, you're not playing all that well, and now you got to come in here and face it again. And that wears on you.
It does. It really they say that losses stay with you a lot longer than wins. And for these young men, they've got to endure this. The dividends will be in the future, and they've just got to get through tonight. And we saw, like, if you look at their sidelines, some of the reserves they have are these big offensive linemen, and you can't have them going down as gunners on a punt team. It just wouldn't work for them.
So a couple scores from outside the area of District 2. Williamsport beating Central Mountain 35-0. Southern Columbia beating Milton 21-0. North Schuylkill losing to Notre Dame Green Pond.
Wow.
7-6. Palmerton beating Saucon. Pottsville 7-0 at the half over Tamaqua. Troy beating South Williamsport. So some scores from outside District 2 for you. So Pistola's punted pretty well tonight. Good snap. Low kick, but returnable again. Pinto from his 25 up and wrapped from behind by Foshnot. And here comes the Spartans. Offense at the 37-yard line.
Good job by Monty Fosnot. Fights off the block. Almost comes up with that strip sack in there. Or strip fumble, excuse me, that he just came up. Good position. Again, he's a young guy, and I know Coach teaches that. It's going to come. The dividends will be there for these guys. They just have to keep playing tough.
Yanofsky back, going to roll. Into the flat. Brody there. Breaks one tackle from Dominic. And he's up for a Keystone Container first down to midfield.
Boy, Dominic, again, good position. Just couldn't bring him down. No huddle, right back on the ball.
11 on the play. First down, back to the outside. And it's fumble. Harishnak coughed it up. Did he have a catch? Was it a catch and a fumble? That's the question.
See, here's the replay.
It looks the spot.
He caught that ball.
It.
Yeah, and
yeah, in and out, and the Blue Devils will recover. So their first turnover for the Spartans, a costly one, under 2 minutes, gives Old Forge good field position at the 45. But what can they do with it? That's the question we're going to have. They have one timeout left. Old Forge with the ball. Sofanelli back. You set up a middle screen. Middle screen to Gonzalez, and he's hit hard. Hit hard right at midfield. Great tackle. Oh. Pesanowski looks like made the hit number 14.
Hey, they got 5 yards on that. That's a plus, and the clock's running right now. Less than 27 seconds left.
Let's see if they do another one and then call timeout. Sofanelli, does he have time? It's 4-man rush right now. Mid-Valley's playing deep. Inside pass, good hit. Nice catch by Castaldi. He makes a catch right at the Keystone Container first down. Clock will stop and a timeout called by Coach Schuback inside Spartan territory. Gain of about 5. And now an opportunity to at least maybe get it down the field a little bit.
Good job. Ball's a little wobbly there. He had to go up for it. And boy, does he get hit hard. Wow. Looked like a pinball machine right there.
That Bondi again.
Bondi, yeah.
Bondi with a couple big hits tonight for this Mid-Valley defense. Mid-Valley won last year 42-18 and in 2023 41-14. Then Old Forge in 22 and 21 won their games pretty significantly. But overall, Old Forge leads the series 26-16 and 1 between these two teams. And Rick Notary, who's doing the game tonight for the Old Forge Blue Devil Network, said he played first game ever here in 1988, I think he said.
Wow.
When they opened the field. It was grass then.
Well,
he played for Old Forge, and Stan Yanowski was playing for Mid-Valley.
Talk about history, Bob.
Yep.
There you go. I mean, wow.
But now it's a beautiful facility. If you've ever been up here, behind this press box, you have two beautiful fields, baseball, softball. Of course, the softball team, state champs a few years back. The baseball team's been very, very good over the years. They're beautiful facility here now. They turfed this and made a new track. So good things happening up here in the Mid-Valley School District.
It's gorgeous.
Okay, back after the timeout. Just 9 seconds on the clock. Sofanelli just going to air it out the best he can. Goes downfield. And one-handed interception. Nope, he dropped it. Pinto had it. And that would have been a spectacular INT.
Look at this. He had time. Launches. He just threw it out there. It would be as good as a punt at this point.
Let's see.
One hand.
Oh, yeah, went through.
He had it, pulled it in, and bounced off his chest pad.
Trying to look for her Versa again. Let's see now another Hail Mary. I mean, all you can do now is get a touchdown. 3 seconds left, and they'll bring it into the half. We'll get down to Vince with Coach Yanowski as he goes into the locker room. Even though up 21-0, I don't know if he's going to be too happy.
No.
So finally, back downfield. No one down there except blue jerseys, and that's the way the half will end. So Mid-Valley put up 21, but Old Forge is holding their own. Down 21-0. They had a couple good drives, but a lot of mistakes. But Mid-Valley going to take it into the locker room with their first lead of the season. Coach Yanowski still talking to some of it. I don't know if he's going to want to talk to Vince, and he will. Well, he stops, and let's go down to Vince with Coach Yanowski.
Coach, a great first quarter offensively. Second quarter slowed down. What happened?
Please return to the press box. Nate Bates.
Well, we haven't been in this position before, so I think with the lack of experience in some positions, we just took things for granted. You leave Old Forge hanging around, and now you have a football game.
With a half left, how do you go into the locker room and instill in your guys? There's still a half of football left. How do you close this game out?
Well, defensively, we're playing lights out. But they've been on the field quite a bit lately. We have to kick off to them again, so we got to give them the ball. We got to go out and stop them again. So we just got to make some adjustments at halftime, maybe calm them down a little bit, and then come out in the second half. Hopefully do what we did in the first quarter.
Coach, best of luck.
Thank you.
Vince, and thank you, Coach Yanowski, and I don't think you have to say much after that. You're winning 21-0, but he's not happy, and I think that's what the mentality you have to have, right?
His whole thing, his keys to the game was execution.
Yep.
Second quarter, there was none, and he hit the nail on the head by saying, they haven't been in this position where they're up 21-0, and it's so easy for high school kids to go, we got this, it's in the bag. And Old Forge, again, is just fighting tooth and nail, and they started showing glimmers of life. And fortunately for Mid-Valley, they shot themselves in the foot. Old Forge did by going backwards.
But the Spartans still lead the Blue Devils at the half, 21-0. Coming up on the other side, it's the Manuka Halftime Subaru Report.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Bathfitter on MyTV WQMY.
In the downtown Scranton area, there are several options for choice in college. Having a community college in the area is an extremely important resource for students. Just having accessibility to the options to take classes at a reduced rate, be at a more convenient location, closer to their homes. Obviously, accessibility in the way of where we're at in the downtown location, inside that marketplace at Steamtown Mall up on that second floor. The students can take advantage of our business administration program. We also have business management. Students here are also taking advantage of the psychology. With a combination of in-person and online curriculum, they can complete those degrees. We are also starting an early childhood education curriculum here this semester. We'll have an evening class for early childhood, introduction to early childhood education. You know, we try and remove those barriers that might keep a student from success in their educational journey, and something like the food pantry, or even student tutoring, our writing center, which is an in-person resource for students here. They are here to help students with those things that come up for them. We are offering an ESL curriculum here at the Scranton Center for any student who needs to bring their ESL language up to proficiency to be able to do college level work. This program is for you. Our students can come in and take their ESL courses here in the late evening and then continue on for pursuing any kind of college degree that they're interested in. Now is an excellent time because we offer the opportunity for open enrollment at LCC. And a student who is just making that decision now can easily apply to the college, get that placement testing done, come in and get a full schedule of classes to start the fall semester September 2nd here at the Scranton Center.
Welcome to the Manuka Subaru Halftime.
Hi, I'm Toby with NEPA Builders. Thanks for watching the game at home and listening to our message. We wanted to tell you about our Raising the Roof program. It's a partnership with Fox 56, 84 Lumber Company, and NEPA Builders to replace the roof for a family in need. Our Raising the Roof program is something that we came up with to support our community in a way that only a builder could. We believe that businesses have a responsibility to support their community the same way that they support us. Building a better Northeast is our motto, and this is just one of the ways that we do that. So if you're at home, what we're asking you to do, walk outside your door, look up and down your street. There's somebody that needs a roof that can't afford it. Visit our website, nepabuilders.com, nominate that person, and help us build a better Northeast. Hi, I'm Toby with NEPA Builders.
Hello, I'm John Yadicek, president of Luzerne County Community College, proud title sponsor of the Friday Night Rivals football program. We want to thank the local communities, schools, and the student athletes who make high school football such a special tradition here in northeastern Pennsylvania. At Luzerne County Community College, we believe in the power of education, teamwork, and community. That's why we're so proud to support the Friday Night Football program and to donate $250 to tonight's homeschool. From all of us at Luzerne County Community College, thank you for letting us be a part of your Friday nights, and good luck this season.
And on behalf of Luzerne County Community College, we present Mid-Valley School District with a donation of $250 on the field to accept our check. Mr. Tom Nowakowski, the athletic director and athletic trainer here at Mid-Valley. We bring it inside the booth. Bob Ide, Jan Cechek, Vince Goldschmidt on the sidelines, and it's been a tale of really 2 quarters for Mid-Valley. 6 possessions. They scored 3 touchdowns. They didn't score in the first. They didn't score in the last 2 in the middle. They put up 21. As you heard Stan Janowski going into the break, he wasn't happy with the way they played.
No, and he said they're not used to this position. He's got some younger kids in there, so they thought it was in the bag, and it's not. And Old Forge's credit, they keep fighting tooth and nail. And, you know, we saw 3 really dynamic touchdown scores for Mid-Valley. We saw some glimmers of hope from Old Forge's offense. I mean, right now, Sofinelli is, I believe, 4 for 11. And 44 yards,
yeah.
But they're minus 40, like about minus 46 yards on rushing. So they're really at almost a -2.
Yeah, they showed signs of life, barely. They will get the ball to begin the third quarter. So let's take a look at some of the first half highlights. And as you might expect, it's dominated by Mid-Valley. They kept putting the rush on Sofinelli, and they kept sacking him for a lot of minus yardage going on for the Blue Devils. But then they get Vinansky going.
A 37-yard scamper right there, inside zone. Nice job, and he does a great job getting to the outside and, more importantly, into the end zone. Good extra point, and they come right back now. This is a nice strike to Pinto right here. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
that's Pinto.
That's Pinto. That was Pinto.
And then Old Forge didn't get somebody to the outside. No one covered Pinto. An easiest touchdown of his career.
That's what Bob just said to you guys right there. 7-yard reception. Now, they start getting things going, and this is just base defense. They're not doing any stunting. They're not doing any blitzing, and they're just shutting them down. This was the slip screen that went for 18 yards to Pinto for his second score of the night, and you saw he started cutting back inside, and then he bounced it to the outside. That was a great block by number 3 there from Mid-Valley, Aiden Wilson.
And then Vinansky still getting it going, makes some nice moves on this run.
Boy, talk about flipping field position. And he got, I believe that was a 40-yard run right here he got in there. Did a nice job, again, getting deep in the end zone. But credit Old Forge right now. They just did a nice job in there, stepping up. And we kept seeing Joey Dominic doing a nice job. They're getting close. Look, they're inside the red zone at the 5-yard line. And Old Forge Blue Devils did not allow them to score.
Then Janowski again to, I believe, Pinto. Oh, that's the incomplete pass. So that's 21-0 at the half. That's our score. Both teams on the field getting ready to begin the second half. And as we do that, let's take a look at our Sinclair National highlights.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
And here comes Khalil Taylor. Welcome to the Rams, Mr. Khalil. He can fly. There goes Khalil Taylor without his team. Here goes Khalil. Across midfield. The kicker to beat. Khalil Taylor. Welcome to Pine Richland, young man. Anything you can do, I can do better. DZ.
Trying to find somebody. Good coverage there. Here comes Agent Zero with a big hit. Wow. Justin Hartley came in and laid down the leather old school style.
Facing some pressure. Lawrence with the catch and the moves. Gets past midfield and more. Another move. 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
Starting the fourth quarter. Bradley going long. Trying for a home run hit, and does he make the catch? Yes, he does. Great catch by Keita Rango into the red zone, and that's how you ignite a crowd to start the fourth quarter.
From 59 yards, hold is good, kicks on the way, and he drilled it. With room to spare, Tommy Baccaro extends the throw with a...
We are back. The light show going on here at the new facility here on Mid-Valley School District campus. We're in Troop, Pennsylvania, and we are all set for the third quarter to be kicked off. Krebs will do the kicking. Aversa and Castaldi back to receive for the Blue Devils, who will get the ball and see what changes Coach Schuback may have made at the half on his offense to get things going. They've showed signs of life, but that's it. Deep kick. Brings back Aversa almost to his 5-yard line. Tries to get outside. A lot of Blue Devils. And he's going to get up to the 26-yard line.
Nice job on the return.
So, changes if you're the Blue Devils.
If it was me, I think I'd put number 4, the quarterback, Rasmus, right now. He's a big, strong kid. And you know what? They're trying to run the RPO. Let him just keep the ball, pull it, and run. He looks like he's pretty durable. And then again, that's just me. I don't know what Coach is going to do. He's going to stay true to his convictions here with his Blue Devils. They're not going to do anything fancy. They're just going to try to grind this out.
Well, let's see what happened. Third quarter underway here in Mid-Valley. Spartans lead. Out quick, trying to get that screen again to the outside. Pinto with a shoestring tackle on Pizzuti. Minimal gain.
And lead blocking out there was Chris Rasmus. Again, they're just trying a quick game here. And again, quarterback still got a little forearm shuck to his face. They're just trying to get something on the outsides where there's less bodies. And I understand that concept.
Spartan defense holding their own tonight. Pitching a shutout. Just 7 points on the board last week against a very good Dunmore team. Suffinelli back again. Pressure right down the middle, and he's taken out for another sack.
Cole Bryant, he just took the inside lane, and nobody picked him up. He went right across the offensive tackle's face. You see him right in there. And then he kind of pushed him into it. And even number 17 did not, that's Dante Gonzalez, didn't step up to pick him up.
Another third long for this Old Forge team. Week 1, a very stunning loss, but West Scranton for their first win in a long time over the Blue Devils, 20-7. Gonzalez, freshman, nowhere to go. Loses another 3 yards back to the 15.
Let's see, Mid-Valley, that was number 60. That was either Mancuso or Mattioli on that stop. I would believe it was Mattioli. Number 7 and 68. Yep, that's Mattioli. Robert Mattioli, senior, 5'11", 230 pounds.
And Vanansky playing a little defense himself. So, Costola, punting again. And Coach Schuback taking a long time over there. Oh, I think we have a penalty. We had a penalty, Coach. I didn't hear that from Mr. Sarah. Unsportsmanlike penalty.
Well,
brings up 4th and, about 7. So no automatic first down. So the punt team is, I believe, coming out. Josh is on the field, the senior kicker. They roll the clock on 4th down. Rishnak and Pinto back to receive. Each team has a turnover in the first half. High snap, and the senior pulls it down. Another low line drive. It's returnable. Rishnak from his 41. The blue-white jerseys are there up to the 44. So coming into tonight here are the Lackawanna Football Conference Division II standings. Lakeland and Riverside in a great game. Dunmore, Honesdale losing to Wallenpaupack tonight. Weston there, Western Wayne losing. Mid-Valley right here trying to get back into the win column. So, all is not lost for this Mid-Valley team. If they win tonight, they still have to get into the division. And,
yes.
Anything can happen with that.
And right now, Lakeland's doing a nice job. We know Dunmore is. Coach Hawanis, I'm trying to look up a score real quick to see how he's doing.
I think they were down 21-7 at some point.
24-6 right now. Okay. Right now, speaking of being down, we have number 58, Gavin McNichols. The left guard for the Blue Devils is down. He was grasping at his knee during that punt.
One thing they cannot afford to lose are linemen. As you know, Coach, we talked about just 23 players coming off the bus for Old Forge, and he's an important kid in there. He's a junior, so a little bit of experience from him.
He's 6 foot, 235 pounds, and he's a solid kid. You see Coach Schuback out there making sure he's okay. The trainers doing their jobs. I always give credit to the trainers because they have thankless jobs. They want to get the kids back out. Here we go. You'll see this on the play. He's downfield.
He's right there. Oh, he just got taken out. Yep. Well, not too hard, but
no, it looked like he kind of hyperextended the knee. Yep.
Still being helped off the field. So we hope he's okay. So that just takes your left guard out of the game. So a new left guard will have to come in.
And he also plays defensive end.
Yep.
And then, who knows, numerous special teams, I would imagine, too.
So on the defense, he's out of the game. Yanowski right up the middle to Vanansky. Big hole, big gain, and it's a Moravia Health first down for Mid-Valley. Or are they going to mark him just short?
Really short.
Like 9.5 yards, Coach.
They just went right inside. They're just inside. That's a fullback trap, or halfback trap for us because there is no fullback on that.
I'm putting down for 9.5 yards. Is that such a thing?
It is. 0.5.
Okay, back to the same formation. Noski back to the outside. It was tied in. He's got a Moravia Health first down. Taken down from behind.
Oh, and he's grabbing at his leg.
He's
cramp. Okay,
up.
Good. I mean, not good that he's cramping, but it's only a cramp. Now you see there's an Old Forge player right there helping out too, number 53. Here we go. They go with that swing pass outside. And just gets brought down. I mean, nothing. It was just. It was warm and humid today. I mean, it's been cool all week.
Yep.
And again, so Friday night rolls around. What do we get? A little bit hazy and humid.
Is that Bondi who caught it? I believe number 89.
Yes.
Yeah. So Jack Bondi, 5'11", 205 senior. Last year, 12 catches for 200 yards. A couple catches here tonight.
Get started on your degree at LCCC Scranton Center. Earn transferable credits, explore career programs, or take short-term classes, all right in the downtown Scranton. With advising, tutoring, and career counseling will help you succeed. Learn more at luzerne.edu.
Well, a lot of cramping going on. Big Liam Price was on the other side of Old Forge, stretching himself out, the 5'11", 310-pound sophomore. And he's actually going to come off the field a little bit, try to get some Gatorade in him as he's starting to cramp up. And there you see Bondi walking off on his own accord with a cramp.
Yeah, and Coach Baradelli talking to his defense right now.
Now Joey Dominic on the middle of the field also being looked at. I didn't see that.
I didn't see him. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's right by the Mid-Valley sideline. Remember, he was trying to help Bondi stretch out a little bit.
Yes, he was.
And now, did he get a cramp? He may have cramped up, too. We better take a drink. We're all going down.
Man, that's it. And of all the players, all the teams, they can't afford to lose. Now that's the second guy that's going off.
Well, 3 guys with Price. That's 3 guys on defense you just lost if you're Old Forge. And they're going to bring him to the sidelines. Got to get the mustard out. Mustard, pickle juice. What are we looking at tonight?
I don't know what's new. What's in vogue for 2025?
I think it's got to be mustard.
What's old is new, like me.
Yeah, it's got to be mustard. I'm telling you. Okay, so now a lot of replacements in there for Old Forge. Can they hold this Mid-Valley offense down, trying to extend their 21-0 lead? This drive started at their own 44. It's first down. Banansky again, up through for 8.
Well, I saw number 16, Enzo Tallo, come in. There we go. They just go with that lead play. Nice job by Banansky to get that tough 8 yards.
I mean, he is a patient kid behind Jacob Lesher last year. Ran for over 1,000 yards. We said this. He's getting his due tonight here at home. So they're going to go in the I formation. Liam Price returns for Old Forge on the defensive line. Karishnak switches positions, and they'll gain it inside. Here's the senior right up the gut for a Moravia Health first down.
Well, I think Coach Janoski said at halftime, we're going to just pound the rock in here. They go with the ISO play, fullback lead. You saw number 14. And then Banansky, nice vision, followed the fullback for 3 steps and then cut back to the left.
Rasmus on the tackle. Mid-Valley on the move up to the 25-yard line inside Blue Devil territory. Under 8 to play in the third. Back inside. He's got a hole on that left side. He's got running room. Mason Banansky inside the 5 to the 14-yard line. Aversa saves a touchdown.
Banansky has been the horse this play. I hope Coach Janoski says, you know what, he's really earned this one. Give him the ball, feed him the rock one more time.
Sixth play of the drive. Here they get number 7. Makes a move, goes to the outside. It's a Reaper's Revenge. Touchdown for Mid-Valley. His second score of the evening. And a nice drive being put together by the Spartans.
They came out in their broken wing. You see the wingback number 14, Pesanowski, coming in, lead blocking. Very Bobby, you said it just 2 plays ago, how patient he is waiting to get that ball. And great reads, and then the dividends pay off. And what's he doing?
And he's cramping. So Krebs in. Everyone's got to get some mustard or pickle juice and get some Gatorade in you. Krebs' kick is up, and it is good. So Mid-Valley extends the lead. 6 plays, 56 yards. It's 28-0.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Bathfitter on MyTV WQMY.
Nice crowd here on hand here at Spartan Stadium, the first home game of the season here at the Mid-Valley Complex, and crowd on hand at this beautiful facility. They have the great light show, as we saw again, Wilkes-Barre, and boy, how long did you have to take to recover after that 3.5-hour marathon last week in Wilkes-Barre?
2 weeks in a row, but to go overtime, I mean, it was like, let's see, what can we do to top? It was like the old saying, hold my beer, right? Wow. It took a while. That was a late night. But I give all the credit to our crew, because then they have to break down after that to get us ready to go for the following week.
Okay, Vince, find an athletic trainer. Vince, ask pickle juice or mustard.
So I'm getting asked from the booth, with cramps, pickle juice or mustard?
I'm neither. Over the years, it's been everybody's looking for that quick concoction to fix it at this time of year, or the time of game, I should say. But, we talk to our kids all the time, and we're at that point, just joked with a couple of them here, that it's always the third quarter, 7 minutes to go when it starts. A lot of them are going through, very physically demanding, naturally, that you really can't replicate at practice. Most of the time it's a conditioning thing. We just try to keep the kids hydrated throughout the week, stress the importance of the nutrition throughout the week. Nothing at this point, there's not a lot they could do right now and to get through the rest of this one, just kind of stretching and getting some water down.
Well, hopefully we don't see any more cramps. Thank you for joining me.
Absolutely, thanks.
Good job, Vince, getting Tom on the spot. As you said, he's athletic director and athletic trainer. Very unusual, but he's a great athletic director. Dealt with him for over a decade up here, and they're always welcoming here in Spartan country.
That was Aiden Aversa there on that reception for a positive game for the Old Forge Blue Devils.
So about 2 yards on that. Let's see. I mean, they're successful on the halfback pass. And, Rasmus got to touch the ball a little bit more, some way, somehow. Let's see if they try to get him the ball. Gonzalez again with Sofinelli. Been under pressure all night. They get it out, and right on spot, Rasmus puts his head down, and it's a positive gain. And Moravia held first down for Old Forge, 9 on the play.
I think Coach Ide got into Coach Schubeck's headset on this play. Nice job again, but he had time to throw the ball. Rasmus does a great job of just throttling down, getting in between that zone coverage, gets a key first down.
I think you have to feed him the rock.
I agree.
I'll text Mike right now. Wobbly, but they get out to Aversa. Another good play, so Old Forge gave them 8 more yards. So they got things going with a quick passing game, and they're up past the 40 to the 43.
And now Aversa, I don't know if he tweaked his ankle or a cramp. But again, they've been trying to get him the ball all evening. Rasmus was actually wide open on that play, but the quarterback, Sofinelli, knew where he was going with that ball the whole time.
Well, I think for Sofinelli, he just knows the pressure's coming. As soon as the guy's open, you got to get it out, right?
Yeah. You get gun shy.
Still a 4-man front. Looks like they're going to blitz. Here comes the blitz. They roll him out. Rolling, still looking for a guy. He has Rasmus in the flat. Rasmus with a positive gain inside Spartan territory. They're going to mark him down all the way at the 35-yard line. So it's about 20-yard gain on that for Old Forge.
Sofinelli does a nice job rolling out to his right, and that's really easy for a right-handed quarterback. I shouldn't say easy. It's much more comfortable. Right-handed quarterback rolling to the right. Great job by Rasmus getting himself open. And you saw right there, great job by our end zone camera guys. Thank you. You saw that they did a cross blitz in there with the 2 linebackers coming up. They showed the blitz, and then they switched their A-gap responsibility.
Got to get this off quickly. It's Coach Schubeck, and they do. So Finelli back. He has time. He's got room if he wants it. He's going to lay it into the end zone. No flags.
And that's Versa getting up slowly.
Yeah, he landed awkwardly.
But there is a flag.
In the no flags.
Nope.
Okay. There was no flag on that. So the ball's back still at the 35. Not a bad pass. Versa just didn't lead him enough, I think.
That's a good offensive play, saying, look, we're going to go downtown. And 87 was spying the quarterback that time.
Here comes the blitz. Savinelli going to be that's a tough pass rolling to his left side for the right-handed quarterback. He's chased from behind by Bondi and Bryant. And now roughing the passer against Mid-Valley. So that'll be a Moravia Health first down and should put them right at the Santarelli Oil red zone at the 20.
Wow.
So I don't think we had that on any of our cameras. So they bring it out quickly.
This is what Old Forge wants to do, grind it out. They're getting positive chunks of yardage. Again, that one was a help from the official, but
and somebody moved on the line, so that's going to cost Old Forge 5 yards.
Yeah, false start, offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Dan Churla, the sophomore, just tweaked a little bit. He just jumped a little bit. The officials doing their job have to call that.
So 2 guys who went out with some cramps. Bondi's back in, and so is Joey Dominic for Old Forge.
Mid-Valley playing a cover 2 right now. That way they.
So Finelli with room to run. Some positive yards. Makes one miss. Takes a huge hit at the 16-yard line. Couple of players in there, including Youngblood, the senior, put a hard hit on him. But he's got some positive yardage, about 10 yards.
He certainly did. Nice job being patient back there, checking off, and he comes in there. And again, Rasmus right there pulled up at the very end because he would have been called with a block in the back.
They get up to the 16, so it's second down now because of that penalty before. Rasmus to the near side, one-on-one coverage out there. Oh, trying to get it inside and nowhere to go. 3 Spartans there.
And that was Adam Pesanowski just coming in. Linebacker, they dialed up a blitz on that one, and they filled every gap. And Pesanowski now, he's down with the cramp.
And here comes Tom Nowakowski out again with the cramp with 3:23 left in the third. 3rd and 9 facing this Old Forge team who's put a nice drive together, started their own 20-yard line. Trying to get some points on the board, trailing 28-0. So he kind of goes off on his own accord. The offense is huddling. So Mike Serra and his staff just taking a little bit of time letting the kids get a drink as well.
And that's the officials' prerogative to do that. And they've seen that this quarter's been rough on the kids. So what do we have to do? Give them a little bit more time.
So 2 plays here to get 10. So Finelli has time. He's rolling to his left, still looking for anybody. And lays it up, and it's short, and it's picked off. Intercepted easily by Aiden Wilson. And Old Forge maybe saying he was out of bounds or something, but it is an INT for Wilson. And it'll be first down Spartans inside the 10 at the 9.
He should have just obviously throw that away. He just didn't put anything on the ball. There was no zip on it, and it just floated. And, again, that was a nice job by 14 to pick that off.
That's something Coach Schuback talked to me about this week, the inconsistency of Sovanelli at quarterback. He's just a little still timid and probably, like you said, threw that one out of bounds or gave it a little more air. He had a guy separated.
He did. And
so Vanansky there, and so is Joey Dominic. Good defense also in there. 53, Wozniak.
Yep, from his inside and outside linebacker. Good job on their reads right there.
Got another guy down.
We just saw that it said Old Forge or Mid-Valley's average 5.5 points per game. Well, they blew that out today with the 28 points now they hung on Old Forge.
Coach, what do we got upcoming?
Well, next week we travel to Nanticoke to check out their new stadium against Tunkhannock. Loyal Sock the following week on the 19th at Bloomsburg. And then Friday the 26th, Lakeland at Dunmore. That's shaping up right now, Bob. If this season keeps going for both those teams, they will be going in undefeated.
Absolutely. Tunkhannock was losing to Crestwood. Nanticoke losing tonight to Pittston area. Bloomsburg was trailing Lewisburg at the half. We'll check that. Loyal Sock trying to get their first win.
Yes.
Lakeland in a battle with Riverside, and Dunmore was dominating whoever they were playing, which I'm looking up right now. Oh, Susquehanna. Thank you. We're giving scores here at right on cue. All we got to do is take the PA announcer.
That's it. I was just, after we got done doing our pregame, and the music came right back on.
So a little bit of slow third quarter here because of the numerous crampings going on. Just so you know, Jan and I seem to be fine. Hoping Vince and John Gubble on our sidelines are taking in some water breaks.
And that also disrupts. And you see right there, next Friday night we'll be at Nanticoke checking out their new facility they had. Last time I was in Nanticoke Stadium, it was a cinder track, the grass field that was kind of lumpy in lots of spots, but lots of changes down there.
Yeah, some positive changes and a brand new coach with Damon Saxon. Again, he's trying to turn things around. They've had some down years, have the Trojans. And Tunkhannock, they're playing good football, but tonight, they're losing 45-0. So they're going to be fired up next week to go down into Nanticoke and try to get that win.
Well, and when you have to travel up to Mountaintop to play Crestwood and that single wing, that's so hard to replicate in practice. And, Coach Arcangeli him and his staff do a wonderful job with that. And that's what they hang their hat on week in and week out. And that'll give Crestwood their first win of the year.
So Yanowski back into the shotgun with sidecar of Mason Vanansky, having himself a good night, couple touchdowns already. They give it to Zen Senior, makes a couple of moves and drives forward some yardage past the 15 to the 17.
I don't know if we can get a replay on that, but I want to focus in if we do. Thank you, guys. The defense is what we used to call at Tunkhannock. We call that the psycho defense. Your linemen are not getting down in stances. They're constantly moving around, trying to catch the offense, not sure of their responsibilities. But again, Vanansky's a veteran back there, running back, hard-nosed kid, gains a positive, 6 yards on that play.
Third and 2. Vanansky second man through, and he has a Moravia Health first down up past the 20.
I think what Coach Yanowski's doing right now is he's going to be grinding it out, take as much time off the clock as he can. He's going to pound it inside, and I think he's going to then bounce it. That's just the ISO play right there, fullback leading up through onto the linebacker, number 14. Pezinowski doing a nice job taking that linebacker on. And Vanansky, Mason Vanansky doing a nice job running with his eyes.
Pinto in motion, fake it, quick in. Nice connection to Williams. Williams still on his feet. Williams up to the 40 and breaking tackles along the way. Reese Williams, the senior, into Blue Devil territory. Doing it himself for the last 20 yards. It is a Moravia Health first down.
He was brought down by Jaziel Vale, who's a junior, 5'11", 150 pounds. But, boy, what a great job just moving and shaking and baking, getting off people. You see him right there. He's just hanging on. He's like, come on, where's my team?
Good Valley up quickly, trying to extend their lead. Vanansky, nowhere to go. Oh, he sheds 2 white jerseys. Were in the backfield ready to tackle him, and he may fake them out and still file forward for a 6-yard gain.
Boy, Dante Gonzalez was right. Should have taken the handoff. He was right there. They got to get one more playoff, and then this quarter will be in the books.
So Mid-Valley trying to get this into the running clock in quarter number 4. Fake to Vanansky, Janoski chipping it up, and it's picked off. Intercepted. The pass was short, and standing right there with an easy catch was Schwachnot again. He comes up cramping. But we've called his name, number 8, all night long. This is definitely a pass he shouldn't have tossed.
Again, we talked about turnovers and the inconsistency, and there's Brett Janoski doing that. Again, the receiver was open, but he just didn't get that zip on the ball that he needed to.
Those are the plays that are going to drive Coach Janoski bonkers.
Absolutely.
And then how about that conversation at home tonight? If I'm Brett, I'm going in the other room.
Dad, I'll walk home tonight.
Yeah. We do have a flag down, so the officials are discussing. So
it's Coach Baradelli.
2 flags down, I see now. Yeah. So there's 2 Sarahs in there. 3, I should say. So this Lackawanna Football Conference crew discussing what these 2 penalties are. So Mike Sayre is going to give us the rundown.
Fouls on the play. Illegal man downfield, offense, number 74. That foul was declined. Illegal block in the back during the return of the interception against the receiving team. That foul will be enforced in the spot of the foul. First down, Old Forge.
So this will back up the Blue Devils after the interception. So the whole offense is now going over to talk to Coach Schuback. Are they going to? Nope, he called timeout. So Old Forge calls timeout with 11 seconds left in the third, and the ball at their own 13-yard line. So Old Forge next week going to head to Hanover, and Coach Richardson doing a nice job down there.
Job.
And don't watch out for those Hawkeyes. Western Wayne at Trail. Always tough. Susquehanna, Holy Cross at Riverside, the big rivalry in the Tri-Borough, and end the season with Carbondale. So not an easy schedule with the way the Blue Devils are currently playing.
It'll be hopefully not an attrition thing where they don't have enough kids to play. I mean, Western Wayne, he had 2 great years with Coach Grodak up there. They're growing this year. Hanover, remarkable. They haven't won any games, but they are scoring points, and they're causing other teams fits right now. Trail is, Coach Service, outstanding job as usual. And I know right now Berwick is back, I think, their way they're playing. Susquehanna is tough, Holy Cross. Riverside, Coach Armstrong, we know how he feels about Old Forge. And Carbondale. The Chargers have shown some really positive things throughout the season so far.
Well, Lakeland is leading Riverside 27-16 with 10:25 in the fourth quarter. So that's quite a turnaround because Riverside was winning that game. So positive things going on for them. Gonzalez looking for anywhere to go, and there is nowhere to go except backwards. So all night long, the Spartans have been in the Blue Devils' backfield. And another negative play, and that will end the quarter. So the Spartans score once. It's 28-0 as we head to quarter number 4.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Bathfitter on MyTV WQMY.
welcome back. Beginning of the fourth quarter, the Spartans leading 28-0 over the Blue Devils, and it's time for our Figured Law Scholar Athletes. We have two excellent gentlemen tonight, Christopher Rasmus for Old Forge and Robert Mattioli for Mid-Valley. We will start with Rasmus. Accolades all over the football field. Captain of this team, a 3-year starter, a 2024 Lackawanna Football Conference Division III first-team wide receiver, and holds the single-game and single-season reception record at Old Forge. For his academics, ranks top 3 in the class, is the class treasurer, as well as being a 2-year member of the National Honor Society, and a 2-year member of the Math and Science Club and the French Club, as well out in the community. He's in charge. He was in charge of last year's Toys for Tots at Old Forge and provides entertainment and companionship at Gino Murley Veterans Center. As for Mattioli, a 4-year starter for Old Forge on the football field, as well as a 3-year member of the track and field team. He was the 2024 Mid-Valley Ironman Award winner, as well as a member of the 1,000-pound club, and is the school's record holder for discus. In the classroom, a 3-year National Honor Society member and a 3-year High Honors Student Council member. And then out in his community, a volunteer coach for the Oliphant Lions and the Mid-Valley Junior Spartans. As well, he does yard work for the elderly and homebound. Just a reminder that these gentlemen tonight and all of our scholar athletes eligible for a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the season for what they do in their community, on the football field, and in the classroom. Guys?
As you saw, it was an interception by Mid-Valley, and that was on number 3 Wilson, who picked it off. So they had the ball at the 20-yard line.
Here's the interception. High snap. He just wanted to get rid of it. He didn't want to get a safety, but great job there. Great job by number 3.
If Silvanelli threw it harder, he had the guy open.
That's the second time. Where you said earlier that Coach Schubeck said that his inconsistency is what's hurting.
So 11-yard gain on that. They are inside the center oil red zone trying to add on to this lead. Banaski trying to get to the outside. We have a flag coming in. So hold on this play. I believe it's going to be a hold against the Spartans.
14. Holding offense number 14. 10 yards from the previous spot. Remains
so Pezanowski going to be called on the hold on that outside run. Let's see if we see it again, Coach.
If he came in.
Right there.
Yep.
You saw it. He was holding Joey Dominic.
He was.
So.
Well, now it's first and goal from
from 20. Maybe inside the 20, call it the 19. But it is first down. Little fake, they give a screen. And great defense, and there's Williams caught the ball. Rasmus wrapped him up quickly. About 2-yard gain, that's about it.
Rasmus does a nice job staying home, playing his responsibility, plays off the stalk block, and then just wraps him up at the ankles to drop him.
I mean, it's 28-0. For some reason, this game just feels closer, doesn't it?
It does, because Mid-Valley's had chances to put this away, and they weren't able to because Old Forge has been rising to the occasion.
Yeah, they've had some long drives, and then, up and down play from Old Forge tonight, but the defense has been somewhat consistent, holding them back. Inside, they leave a guy wide open, and it's the tight end, Williams, who races right in for the 17-yard Reapers Revenge touchdown. Well, we talked about the defense and how good they're playing, but yet they leave a guy tight end wide open down the seam, and it's an easy touchdown for the senior Williams to extend the Spartans' lead and maybe even definitely put this one away.
Well, and that's where, again, you got a brand-new guy out there, number 33. It's the first time he's been playing tonight, and it's easy to spot him because he's got the helmet protector on. So not a lot of reps at his position, and he probably didn't see the tight end flexing out.
10-13 remaining in the game. 35-0 Spartans over the Blue Devils.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Bathfitter on MyTV WQMY.
So after the short drive, after the interception, Mid-Valley converts that into points. Now we'll be into the running clock. 35-0 is the score. 10-13 left in the game. And hello, girls. Good timing by those
that
students. And the Bathfitter kickoff by Krebs one more time. And this is gets it down. It gets by Castaldi. Can't pick it up. Finally does, and there's a Blue Devil with a Spartan hitting the Blue Devil with a good play. So our Dr. Todd Smile Cam second half version. Let's go down to Vince.
I'm here with senior Molly Bonnick of the Mid-Valley Marching Band. Now I want to ask, what made you want to join the marching band?
So I've actually been in the marching band since I was in 5th grade. My dad teaches chemistry here at the school. I actually had him last year. And so he kind of was like, do you want to do the marching band? And I was like, absolutely, because I was in xylophone and I was playing all the instruments, and so I was like, why not? Let's give it a shot.
And with it being your senior year, what are you going to miss most about Friday Night Lights?
I think I'm going to miss meeting all the other bands and just like getting to be a part of this. It's really magical. This has been the past 8 years of my life, so to have it end is going to be a little bit sad, but hopefully I get to continue in college.
Well, now it's time for the Dr. Todd Smile Cam. Mid-Valley Band, take it away.
Lot to play for tonight for the Mid-Valley Band. On the high snap, you're going to go against Old Forge. It's declined, so no gain on the play, brings up second down. And clock gets started again. So Mid-Valley will improve to 1-2. Old Forge will go down to 0-3. Vince will be down on the field after the game with our players of the game. And I'm sure we'll see some of the backups coming in for Mid-Valley if they get the ball back. Maybe even Cole Skaletsky, the junior quarterback, who's warming up right now. Another lefty.
Oh.
That may be the bus stop of the game, Coach. What do you think?
That was Alex Skaletsky, a senior, 6'1", 290, coming off the bench, making a great stop in there. I believe, yeah, that was a heck of a stop.
Well, the Spartans' defense has been living in the Old Forge backfield all night long. It's almost like they knew the plays.
Well, again, Old Forge can't get real creative because they've got to get good at a couple. And when the coaches were scouting them, you're looking, it's going to be the same inside zone. They're going to be trying to do the slip screen, the outside flare passes. So it makes your defensive coordinator, it makes it a little bit easier for them.
Old Forge is going to call timeout. Again, they don't have a lot of backups with only 23 healthy players coming in. So we'll take a look at the top 10. We'll try to update some scores when we go through that, Coach. Schuylkill Haven, we'll start down the bottom. Jersey Shore all over Selinsgrove tonight. They'll improve to 3-0. Wilkes-Barre had taken the lead on Valley View to hopefully improve to 2-1. We'll get a score. Southern Columbia had a big lead tonight. Bloomsburg came back and was beating Lewisburg.
Berwick beat Trail.
Yes.
33-12. Riverside is losing to Lakeland 27-16.
And Wyoming area, North Schuylkill was losing to Notre Dame Green Pond. North Pocono won tonight, a big win for them. And we'll check on Shamokin and Schuylkill Haven. But those are your top 10. You can watch our Friday Night Rivals top 10 every Tuesday with me in the Fox 56 News first at 10. We'll reveal it then. And we may have some movement this week with Trail losing. Berwick has a strong maybe argument to come in at 3-0 with a win over our number 3 team, even though it's single A. Mifflinburg is another option, possibly, to move in. I believe they're going to 3-0. So, as we talked about in the beginning here, a lot of parity, I think, and this year up on top.
Well, yeah, Notre Dame 21, North Schuylkill 14.
So Finelli going backwards has a receiver open, gets it into the flat. That is Enzo Tallo, a tight end, a freshman who caught that. And it's going to be 4th and 9 coming up.
Shamokin 40-7 over Schick. That was a great job by Enzo right there, Tallow. Getting himself, coming across the zone there, working in between the linebacker and the secondary.
Sewell Haven beat Shenandoah tonight 54-6 to remain undefeated and to go to 3-0. That's our number 1 team in our Friday Night Rivals top 10. There'll be some shuffling going on, a new team in, I think. And as Old Ford's going to punt it again, Hirschnack back to receive. And they're going to take the 5-yard penalty. Good wobbly snap by the new snapper, we're told. And Hirschnack going to field it about the 44. He's got a lot of room. Makes a move. Comes back the other way. Cuts it inside. Dives ahead. And he's going to be up to the 20-yard line. Aversa, bad ankle at all, made the hit.
NFL on Fox this Sunday starts with the NFL kickoff show at 11. Then it's an NFC East season opener as the New York Giants take on Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders. Fox NFL Sunday, only on Fox 56.
So we're in full football mode now, Coach. The NFL starting.
Yep.
And that's Caden, excuse me.
Barnasoskis, 11th grader, 5'6", 135-pounder. Now the young Bucks are out there, or I should say the young Spartans are out there getting a chance now to get some experience, show the coaches they understand the offense.
Scott Lesky, the quarterback, 6 foot, 150-pound junior. Hands it off again. Up to the 5, still on his feet. Oh, and a late flags, maybe a face mask down there.
I'm not sure. I think I saw number 74, Jordan Gardenshire.
Pushing him?
He kind of like grabbed him and fell forward
You can't really do that. Let's see what Mike Sarah says.
So you'll see it right here.
Illegally assisting the runner at 74.
Good call,
see that right there.
Forward. 5-yard penalty from the spot.
Those silly Philadelphia Eagles, right?
That's a no-no in high school football.
And the official was right there. Mr. Sarah was right there to see that. And he's explaining it to him. See, that's what a high school football is about, right there.
Guard higher. Hey, he just wanted to assist his teammate. That's all.
He won't get it. He won't get it in the credit in the books that he helped, but got to give him the effort though. He wants to be part of it. So
inside the center, really, and Suns red zone, right sky, and it is a Reaper's Revenge touchdown, 7 yards for Bernarskis. Took a while, but they finally got over that 34-35 score plateau, and they add another one late here.
They just run that outside power right there. They just collapsed it down, and Bernarskis did a nice job just that whole series. They're missing somebody out there. Another. Look at this great end zone shot. Thanks, guys. That's beautiful. Look. Again, now coaching point, coach is going to tell, hey, number 34, I don't see him on the roster, so maybe I misread the number.
Krebs' kick is up and through. He's perfect on the night, and it's 42-0, 5:21 remaining in the game. So the light show here at Spartans Stadium continues. Next week, Honesdale comes to town, and they'll try to put a little winning streak together, Coach.
Yes.
Before they host Lackawanna Trail. So Honesdale losing tonight to Wallenpaupack.
Okay, that's what 31 is Vinnie Graham, and that's a coaching point that Coach Yanasi is going to say, look, you're there, attack. Don't just stand there. Get involved with the play. But, Bob, yeah, winning solves a lot of things, but there's still room for improvement, and that's Coach Yanowski said from the get started, he wants great execution on both sides of the line of scrimmage. We saw that in the first quarter. We're seeing it here late in the fourth quarter, and he attributed the second quarter that the kids thought they had it, and it was going to be a cakewalk.
So finals coming in. Delaware Valley loses to Central York. North Pocono shuts out Valley West. Wilkes-Barre, a 2-point win over Valley View.
Wow.
Pittston area, big win over Nanticoke. Wyoming area shuts out Western Wayne. As he said, Berwick beats Lackawanna Trail 33-12. Lakeland almost doubles up. Riverside 33-16 late in the fourth. Crestwood's going to beat Tunkhannock. Dunmore beats Susquehanna. Wallenpaupack 31 better than Honesdale. West losing to Hazleton 40-0. Lake Lehman comes back after getting beat by Shamokin last week. Games tomorrow: Dallas Abington, Hanover Holy Cross, Montrose claiming Montorville Tech, and Scranton Prep up in New York and Canisius, New York. Talk about that in a second. Carbondale and Riverside. So Prep, as we're going to take a look at the Bath Fitter kick, going to go back up and take on Canisius, and I believe they're playing at Buffalo Bills Stadium.
Really?
Yes.
That's neat.
As the Bills, I think, are taking on the Ravens in Baltimore, if I'm not mistaken. I will double check that. But
wow, to play up at Orchard Park. Well, it's probably cold. I don't think there's snow yet. But
no, there's no snow off the lake. But an opportunity for Scranton Prep to play in a big field.
I mean, we always say that football, it builds memories. It's a lifetime thing that you're going to be getting. And, boy, to say, hey, someday all those kids at Scranton Prep are going to say to their kids or grandkids, yeah, I played at Buffalo Bills Stadium.
And Bills are actually hosting the Ravens Sunday night, so. Of course, Mr. Magula, the owner of the Bills, is a Scranton Prep grad, Carbondale native.
I did not know that.
So that is Costola, usually the punter, who gets the call and gets a carry. as the clock rolls near 4:30 left in this one.
Well, and again, if you look at that offensive line, those kids are still out there. They don't have a choice, but, I mean, they're not quitting. They're still trying to put things together. Mid-Valley has substituted their entire defense right now.
So Finelli still the quarterback, hands to Pistola again. Still on his feet, and he's off to the races inside Spartan territory. Pistola, the senior, some positive yardage. Gets a Moravia Health first down. Look at that cutback, Coach.
Man, nice bobbing and weaving and cutting back. Nice burst of speed in there. And, you know, I mean, that's great that he's doing well. But the Mid-Valley defense, they're not used to really being this type of game right now, especially when you have game speed of Casaldi coming at you like that.
So Finelli again, sidecar with the senior, Pistola. Gets another carry and ripped right down. Good job by number 15, Coach
Chase Hazleton. He's only a sophomore. He's 5'9", 170 pounds. Chase Hazleton, nice job there. Wrapping and dropping him there. Right, well, I actually dropped him for a 2-yard loss.
High snap, and Sofinelli wisely just falls down. So it's been a theme all night with the sophomore center. So another negative play for Old Forge, backs him up 10.
Well, it was about time. I mean, that was about to happen. All the snaps have been high the last two series.
Old Forge again going to head to Hanover area. Take on the Hawkeyes, who are eager to get a win as well. So Finelli has to go up in the air for that. It's pulled in and caught.
That's
Patel.
Divyam Patel.
Yep.
He's 5'4", 115 pounds.
So fourth down. Good job on the defense to quickly jump on that pass. As clock continues to run in the fourth. So Finelli out in the flat, way short of the first down. So Mid-Valley holds. They'll take over on downs at the 41-yard line and roll out this clock and pick up their first win of the year.
Patel with two receptions there. Two positive things for Old Forge there on those last plays. And this will pretty much wrap it up, right, Bob?
Absolutely wrap it up. We'll get set for Tucanic at Nanticoke next week. Two teams eager to put up a win. Vince will be down with our Luzerne County Community College players of the game as soon as this one hits zero, and we'll also have our bus stop of the game. So this should be the final play. So Sauskis again and wrapped up quickly. And that should do it here at Spartan Stadium. Wasn't pretty for the Spartans, but they'll pick up a big 42-0 win over the Old Forge Blue Devils. On opening night here at Spartan Stadium, after two row losses, Mid-Valley gets the win. They'll improve to 1-2 on the season. Old Forge made it tough in the middle, Coach, but just couldn't put any points up on the board.
Well, their quarterback, he had 44 yards passing in the first half, but the rushing game was at a minus, I'm going to estimate, 45 yards. So that makes for a long evening. But again, so many young kids for Old Forge that have to play, and that makes the difference. And you saw the difference with Mid-Valley. They've got an experienced group, and then the fourth quarter they put all their young kids in.
This is the school bus stop of the game. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
The stop of the game, Coach. What do you think? It's probably going to be a Spartan play.
Right in there. Look at that. Yeah. Beautiful job. Beautiful job there by number 14 from Mid-Valley. Adam Pesanowski doing the stop hit of the game.
That's a stop of the game.
Stop of the game.
That's you're good. Pesanowski, we know what you meant. He came in, and all night long the Blue Devils could just not get anything going on offense. And when they did, they basically shot, as you said, themselves in the foot. So we're going to get our players of the game down with Vince. The rest of the team's going to go over with the band, and let's go down to Mr. Goldschmidt with our players of the game.
Thanks, Bob. Alongside me, Nick Pinto and Mason Vanansky are players of the game tonight. Both of these gentlemen with 2 touchdowns each. Now, Nick, I'll start with you first. A couple of tough road games, but coming back home tonight, picking up the first victory, how does it feel?
Feels great. Home opener, we have a hell of a community out here. I wouldn't wish anything but it. I love these guys out here, too. Great community, great stuff.
Picking up the first home win. You got a home game next week against Honesdale. How does it feel to swing the momentum back into your favor?
Feels great. We just got to keep going, bring it next week. We can't let up.
And for both of you gentlemen, you pick up the first win of the season here. Statement win nonetheless. How does this set you up for the rest of the season?
We just got to keep building this confidence. We already have great camaraderie within this team. Just keep building the chemistry and just keep going. We just got to keep doing what we're doing. We just got to go.
Gentlemen, thank you guys. Guys.
There's our Luzerne County Community College players of the game. Happy to have the FNR plaque to take you home. At least you got something out of everything. So Stan Yanowski's going to say, we got a lot to work on, right? But, that's a good win, positive win. But, again, still room to improve.
Absolutely. And I think the most important thing is no injuries. I don't think Coach Schubeck could say that to his team, but you see, there's the 2 spotlight players of the game right there. Look at them; they're having a great time with it. Feels good to be, get your first win at home. Here they come.
See, the trophy does mean something, whether it's a plaque or trophy. You played for something, you won at home, and you pick up a big win for Old Forge. It's back to the drawing board. Hopefully, they get some kids healthy next week for Hanover, and Coach Schubeck can make a little run late in the year.
Yes, and again, don't count Old Forge out. They're well coached, and they're just going to keep getting better. All those kids, those young pups that he has playing out there, they're just going to keep getting better. And we saw Patel. Here's a freshman kid.
Well, they got to get some experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's, it's what do they say? I can't think of what I was going to say. So our next game, trial by fire. Tunkhannock at Nanticoke. We'll be in Trojan Land next week. We'll be on the air at 7 o'clock. So we'll wrap things up here. The final score, Mid-Valley 42, Old Forge nothing. For the entire Fox 56 sports crew, for Vince Goldschmidt, Jan Cechek, this is Bob Ide saying so long from Spartan Stadium.